Play around with the hashtags, play bigger and play smaller.
You say hashtag research.
Yeah.
Ground zero here, buddy.
Don't make the posts a commercial, make it the actual content. We're here with benschmidt.tv. What do you got for me, man?
Well, I just kind of saw the request. I said, well, I've been trying to track you down for about a couple of months now. So I started following your content and your message, built to serve, and a lot of things you talked about in terms of absolute responsibility for your life. Just a lot of messages were just like, oh, this guy's speaking the message that I was hoping to speak myself, as well as it's connecting to everything that I'm doing. And yeah, you've got me doing a whole lot of hard things these days. You've got me doing hard things. So thank you.
What can I help with?
I'm taking my new brand, the Ben Schmidt TV, because I was on the YouTube quite early, back when Gary was just starting to go, and I was messaging, and I started with videos and I got out of the gate, but I stopped, right? I was 23, and I couldn't handle it all. It was too much. I was growing a real estate sales business, a rental company, but now I'm ready to kind of get back behind the screen, and we're promoting, and we're starting to film. So I guess what you can help me with is organic growth. You know what I mean? Like right now I'm on 60 days straight of doing Monday to Friday, sometimes a Sunday, a little IG story, though I format it like it's a show. So I've got a daily little rah-rah show, and I'm looking to turn that into something else. It's called Rise at 5. Early morning motivational and tips and tricks. And I get a couple hundred people watching it, and they're all, my good friends. Mm-hmm. And I am going to try to start going out and building based on the people that, like, for instance, I would probably try to market towards people that follow you or Robin Sharma. They're going to be some of the messages. But I also want to, before I leave my friends, my social peer group, I kind of want to maximize them first. So how do I get them to kind of push me out? How would you go about doing that?
To get them to push for the morning show, was it Instagram Live or it's a YouTube show?
Yeah, it's an Instagram Live, because I just started with Instagram, and I want the same all Storyable platforms will have that same Rise at 5, right? There's, a website's coming. There is a YouTube channel coming, which is not necessarily I've got a bunch of different stuff here going. So let's just stick with Instagram stories, which I'm launching on Facebook shortly. I just didn't do them both at the same time. I'm sure it was just a click of a button, but do I put it on my page or do I put it on my personal?
So what happens? It's you at 5 in the morning, right? It's actually 5 in the morning?
It's 5 because it's got the timestamp, but I edit it, and I'm getting better. I film it all, and I polish it out, and I get it out by like 6:37. Right?
Oh, so it's not lives.
No, it's not live.
It's in your stories?
It's in the stories. Yeah.
It's in your stories. Okay. Cool. So a couple of things. One, use hashtags in your stories. So if it's Rise at 5, like 5 a.m. club needs to be in every hashtag 5 a.m. club. Are you doing that?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ranking for anything?
Am I ranking?
Yeah. Are you getting views from 5 a.m. club?
I get a half dozen, maybe over 10, 12 sometimes. My city location, I might get 25, 30. And they've been in every single, starting by like the 5th or 6th, and I'm on 60.
Play around with the hashtags. Play bigger and play smaller. 5 a.m. club should be a big enough hashtag. So it's either people there aren't enough people who are looking at it, so you're not getting enough people, or it's too big a category and you show up for half a second and then you fall out because of the size of your account. So play with bigger and play with smaller. So bigger, like productivity, or hashtag productivity, hashtag entrepreneur life, hashtag mindset, like bigger, huge. But then also play with smaller, like 5 a.m. club, something, right? Like go look at 5 a.m. club and then see how many views, how many posts are for that. And then look at the suggested ones that are lower. And then you start look at your daily stories and see which one is giving you better results. the big category killer ones or the more niche specific?
But when you say multiple hashtags and it's a story, like with a post, you know, you have it at the bottom or you have it in the first comment. But in a story, how do you tag it so they don't see the hashtags, or can you not do that? They'd have to see the hashtags, wouldn't they?
Well, how are you doing it right now? Yes, they see the hashtags, but there's ways to tax. But what do you do?
So like the hashtag is poignant, but it's like that word is in that phrase. Like for instance, if I'm talking about something, I'll have like the keynoted, you know, couple words from what I'm talking about. If I'm talking about you grow from pain or gain, there might be, right? So, but without having like 50 hashtags.
No. One hashtag per story. How many stories, how many 15-second stories make up your whole story?
4, the 1 minute.
It's 1 minute every day. Great.
Yeah.
So you have 4 different hashtags or 4 different stories. Be smart about, do your hashtag research today so that tomorrow's post, you know what you're talking about.
And now this is really rookie, but you say hashtag research.
Yeah.
Ground zero here, buddy. Like, what really? Okay. How are you doing your hashtag read? Like the suggested.
I'll go to my computer. We'll do this together. I can't. Okay. Ideally, you do this on the phone because it's easier. But let's see what we can do on my computer.
I got my
load on my computer because I'm on my phone, and if I go to my Instagram, I'm going to lose you. So we're going to go to Instagram. Let me see. Let's see if I can do this here. I should be able to. Okay. So I'm on Instagram here. Okay, that's me. Hey, it says I'm live. Look at that. Okay. So we're going to start with 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Okay. How do I see the hashtags? Hold on. Let me just go to one here. Personal development. Okay, so that's the link. So what you want to do is here at the top, it's going to tell you how many posts there are, right? 5 million, 5.5 million for personal development. Okay.
Okay.
We're just going to swap this out. And we're going to go 5 a.m. Okay, 5 a.m. Okay, 844,000 posts. That's not bad. Like that, this is the one that's giving you a couple of views a day, or 5 a.m. club?
The 5 a.m. club.
Okay, so let's swap that out. The 5 a.m. club. All right, let's see what that is. 32,000. Okay, so this is the thing. That's probably not big enough. The reason why you're only getting 5 to 6 views a day off of it is because there aren't enough people who are actually posting here. It's too small, 32,000. So this is where now we want to play bigger.
So simply, I just needed to be 5 a.m. club, not 5 a.m.
That's it, or 5 a.m. When I went 5 a.m., what it was 800,000, right? Yeah. Right. So that's a good test. That's a test. That's what you run tomorrow, 5 a.m. And that doesn't change your content much. You're already talking about 5 a.m. club.
Yeah, of course.
Now you're just saying 5 a.m. and that's what you show up in the thing, right?
Of course.
Okay. Then it's also going to show you underneath. It's hard to see here, but it says related hashtags. And on the phone, it's going to show you related hashtags too. So mindset growth, succeed in life, set goals, not limits, mental aspect, right? And you just see what relates. So, motivate others. So maybe you're going to, maybe you want to try motivate others. Let's see, that's 255. Okay, now we're playing a little bit bigger. So now it is, can I rank in motivate others? So now your homework is, okay, I'm going to do 5 a.m. as the first story, motivate others as the second story. Now you have to now build this arc. So how can you tell the story? I'm sure what you do in the morning motivates others, right? That's part of the theme of what you're doing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. So in your 4 stories, one of them is 5 a.m., one of them is motivate others. And now you start playing. Like, can I do something bigger? Can I go for like, productivity or something? Productivity. Did I spell it right? Productivity. It was one-handed. 2 million. Okay, now we're playing in the big leagues, right? But it's worth a shot. You take your shot at productivity. So you got 5 a.m. You got, what was the second one?
Motivate others.
Motivate others and productivity, right? So now we're trying to rank. So you have 4 15-second stories, and you've got 4 different hashtags that you're trying to rank for, and you see at what's the cadence so that you can start actually getting traction. So maybe 2 million, you're not getting anything. It's 0. Okay, that might be too high for you, but you never know. Maybe you're actually going to start getting some, and then you start finding your sweet spot. So the 5 a.m. club is just such a small hashtag. There's not enough people who are posting to it, so you're not getting enough views.
Okay.
And so that's what you do, and you just keep playing around. And I would play, you know, you got your under 50,000, you got your 50 to 250, 250 to 500,000, and then above 500,000 are your bigger keywords. And you start to see, like, if you're ranking for the 50 to 100, stop doing the under 50K one and start going for the next one. And you just need to find 4 hashtags. That's your hashtag research. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good. Then you find your 4 hashtags, and then you create, like, you find your hashtags today, and then you create your arc of a story for tomorrow's post.
Okay.
And it should be enough, like if you want to talk about Robin Sharma, or you want to, I don't know what Robin Sharma is on like his keyword, but you just have to match your story arc with the hashtag that you're trying to rank for that day. And then you start, just watch the data and pay attention. The ones that are working, you can even use those same hashtags ongoing, but then also similar ones of a similar size. It's like you're getting results in the 50 to 100K, you stay there for a bit, and every now and then test the next level up, right? It's like, ooh, I'm getting some for the 250. Okay, let's start playing in those bigger leagues a little bit. And as you keep building your audience and keep growing, you'll start ranking for the bigger keywords.
Couple random questions that came about, like, so, you know, in 1 minute episode, there's before 15 seconds. I sometimes throw out different hashtags, like you say, but then sometimes somebody gets like only that one clip and they're not getting the whole message. But that's more of I'm not sure if you have any thought on that.
I mean, ideally each one, it's a story, but each could also be a standalone. Like if they just arrive at episode 4, making sure that there's still enough value in episode 4, right? That said, who's this Ben Schmidt? This is cool.
Yeah.
But they then want to go check out your profile, and then they want to follow you.
So I also, like, again, in one minute episode, 4 15-second clips, that the way Insta does it, I might go from you to Robin Rousseau, and I added Aubrey Marcus, Own Your Day, Own Your Life, and he had, like, threw out a heart on the story. Do you know if that takes, I sent a message right away afterwards. As soon as he likes the story, does that take me out of their requests and write in, or is my message still in his requests?
If he responds to it, you're on a request.
He didn't respond to my message to him. I added him in the story, and he threw a little heart on it.
Right.
And then I messaged him, but I didn't get a message back. But I didn't know if that meant,
that counts. Yeah. You're out of, so if you send him a message, you're out of request, because that counts as a comment. It counts as a message to you. He's just not typing something in. He's sending you an emoji or like the heart or whatever, right? Yeah, right. A reaction. The reaction counts. But you may not be, people have 2 inboxes, right? There's the general and there's the primary.
The request.
No, that's a third. There's general and primary, I think, and then request. So you crossed the first hurdle. You're not in his request anymore, but you still may not be in his primary because he has to manually put you to primary.
Oh, that's right.
Default goes to general. So if he just gave you a heart, you're now in his general, which is still above where most people are, but you're still buried in everybody else who is in general with. So if he's doing hearts for lots of people, now Aubrey Marcus is big, but he's also not like Oprah, right? So you have a shot of doing something there.
Well, that's the whole process.
I would also do, it's quick, like put that as part of your, does anybody else giving you a heart or shout out or anything?
Robin
Sharma? Oh, yeah. He's great at that. He usually does like the grateful prayer. Anybody who's done that on your IG, you put that in your story that they give you a heart, and then make it as a highlight, so that if I come to your account, I'm seeing Ben Schmidt TV, and then I'm seeing shout outs, and I saw Robin Sharma like your thing, Aubrey Marcus like it. Oh, damn, Robin likes this guy's stuff. Aubrey? Huh, okay, I'm going to check him out a little, even though Robin's probably not following you, and, it's fine. Maybe he is, I don't know. But the fact that you got the shout out, you post to your story, and then put that as your highlight. So anybody who comes to your profile, even if it was like a year ago that Sharma did it, anybody who comes to your story, they see the highlight, Robin Sharma liked Ben Schmidt's story.
That's fantastic. So, okay, back to like the hashtag research and such. So I picked my hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do for that day? Do I do the Gary Vee $1.80 strategy where like, how do I go out and, you know, boots on the ground, go message 20, 100 people based on that hashtag? Like, do you have a suggestion on how you go about doing that?
Okay, next is, are you actually doing posts as well? Are you taking these and turning them into posts?
Yeah, so now, because this is an evolving process, I didn't really know what it was at first. Now what I do is I film the whole story,
mm-hmm.
And it's one the 15 seconds, 1 minute, but the four, and each one's got different text, and you know I added, you know, I might Richard Branson to Evan Carmichael, 2 different 15 seconds, so I've got some text, so I'll take a screenshot and I'll just kind of re-edit it, make it look kind of, and then I put it in my IG. And then it says today on Rise at 5, and then check stories and italicized before the ... So I've counted it. I've figured out just how to get it. So I'm trying to make my IG look like I'm a TV show. You know what I mean? So this not that every post is, but every day my IG, I'm queuing up people to check my stories, right? Check the story. So there's a couple images. Yeah, I guess if you were to look up, I'm not sure if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find your thing. So
yeah, that second one, that one that you're on, right? So these are 4 concepts that I talked about.
Okay, so here's the thing. Don't make the posts a commercial. Make it the actual content. So take your minute story that you divided up into 4 sections, 15 seconds, and then make it a 1-minute video that is a post.
And post it. Obvious.
With 20 to 25 hashtags, still playing in the same field, 5 a.m. club, Robin, like now you get more. Your story is 1 hashtag for each post. So 4 hashtags over 4 posts. Each post can be 20 to 25 hashtags. Here's the thing. Some people consume through stories, and some people never look at your stories.
So this was something that I was going to ask you about, is repeating yourself, because somebody was like, I'm like, oh, I don't want to, I already talked about this, or this and that. And someone was like, man, they didn't know who Gary Vee was, and they were into entrepreneurship and video marketing and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's okay to be in the stories, and it's okay to have that right on the IG. That's not like, you know, like pushy or anything.
You're not pushing. That's fine. Your posts will, like, the stories go away in 24 hours. All that work you did to make this beautiful story, hopefully you saved them to your phone or something.
They're all saved. There's going to be a website, right? But like,
right. So awesome. But you're growing your account. If it's the first time I've seen, you know, Ben Schmidt TV, and I like your story, and then I have the option to go watch 20 more stories that you have now because they're in your post, I want to do that.
Yeah, because I had it at the highlights, but it maxes out at 100 videos. So at like day 25, it was done. The other thing with highlights that I noticed is it goes by the original. You can't have it as the latest. Do you know how to have it so it's the latest video?
I don't know if you could pick the order. You just have to put another. You could take them out, but all I would put in the highlights, honestly, I think for archive, don't use highlights. For archive, it's the posts. You're posting the full 1-minute video as a video post to Instagram.
Yeah.
And the only highlight, one for sure, which is your hearts and Robin Sharma prayer and like any recognition that you've gotten, that goes to highlights. And then maybe one other highlight about what you're doing, like who you are and why you're doing 1-minute videos every day, and like the story, like who's this guy, who's Ben, like what do I care, right?
Yeah.
2 highlights, that's it.
Yeah.
It's more clickable. So like shout outs and my story.
Yeah.
And then the posts are going to be all of the archive of all your content.
Yeah. What about growing a hashtag? How do you get traction around a hashtag? Rise at 5 is the hashtag that's the show, that's the brand. It's not all about 5 a.m. Robin Sharma. but that's the name I've come up with, and that's where I'll talk about Evan Carmichael's Built to Serve, right? Like when I want to talk about the different personal developers. So how do I build Rise at 5?
Look at that more as not growth hacking, but community building. Like your goal shouldn't be, I want Rise at 5 to be the #1 trending hashtag on Instagram and people to find me. That's a crazy, I mean, that's a giant goal and just not worth the effort. It's community building. So what you could do is after your 1-minute stories, right? 4 times 15 seconds. Yeah. Then you come on and say, hey, what did you think of this? Or you give them some kind of challenge. Tag me and put hashtag Rise at 5. Rise at 5 club or Get Up at 5. Rise at 5.
Rise at 5 is
Rise at 5. Great. Tag, make a story. Tell me what you thought. Tell me what your biggest takeaway from this, and do hashtag Rise at 5. And then what you could do is you share their stories to your story. So I can say, I love, I don't know, like I don't know what you talked about this morning, but Limitless is coming. I see on your screen there, right? I watched Ben Schmidt TV today, and I learned how to be limitless. And I hashtag, Rise at 5. And then you share other people's stories of them. So you're building this community of people who every day are hashtagging Rise at 5, and you share it. So now your stories become 4 episodes. The 5th one that doesn't hit the post below, the 5th one is you issuing some kind of challenge with hashtag Rise at 5. And then 4 to 5 to 20 of your community who are hashtagging Rise at 5, you sharing their content.
Right.
Whenever they talk about hashtag Rise at 5.
Right.
So it's more community building more than trying to grow a hashtag. The hashtags you're using to hack, to get new audience. Anybody who cares about morning routines, waking up early, 5 a.m. club, all of that kind of stuff, they're going to be, on board with this. And is Nova Scotia East Coast, or are you like the bonus?
Well, we're the drive-through province. We're the one that so there's Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and then there's Quebec.
But there's the bonus like half an hour now. Is that Newfoundland's got the bonus half an hour?
Oh, the time zone. Yeah, that's Newfoundland. That's got the extra half hour.
Just Newfoundland. Okay.
Yeah.
So, your stuff has to go out at 5 a.m. Like I don't know how you do it, but I guess it's 5 a.m. Central. I guess it's going out.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like it doesn't go out at 5 because no one's 5 is the same.
Yeah.
So it's just right, for at least everybody in my, I tend to, like, I'm one of the first stories. I've noticed that. Like, people have told me, oh, you're always the first. And I'm like, well, that's got to be because I'm up before everybody else.
Yeah.
So that's helping. How do I find the influencers in my city? Like, how do I go? I want to look at Fredericton and see who's got the most.
It's just in your search. Actually, I don't know if you can do it from desktop. Let's see. You just search.
I know, but like, how do I search?
No, just search by local. No, I don't think you can do it from desktop. Go to Explore, like click the magnifying glass, go to Explore, and then you can search by tags.
Like Fredericton, I type in Fredericton, and
you can, but you can also just search by location. One of the options is location, and it'll just show you.
Why am I not seeing search by location on my phone?
It's one of the options at the top. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But you can't search by tag and location. You have to pick. So you could search for 5 a.m. and that'll show you anybody 5 a.m. You could search for Fredericton and it'll be anybody who hashtagged Fredericton, but they have to put that. I could post hashtag Fredericton, doesn't mean I'm in Fredericton.
Right.
Or you search by location, which is just further over at the top. Desktop is behind.
But you can't filter location. Like you can't filter, like if I'm a realtor, I can't see all the realtors in Fredericton.
No.
Okay.
No, but you can do Fredericton, and you can see who's showing up, and you can do realtor, and you see, realtor is not going to be helpful for you because you'll get the whole world. But Fredericton, as a realtor, anybody who's posting from Fredericton or is in Fredericton, that's good for you. Just for them to know who you are. And if I deal with people who are living there because you want to do business. You don't want somebody who's just traveling and stopping through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Cool, man. I got to run, but
okay.
Good luck.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Evan.
Session. There you go.
How do I just get a quick screenshot because I got to put this in my highlights, right? Like I'm
going to post this to my IG and you can download it and do whatever you want with it.
Do whatever. I'm gonna do that whole video, slide them next to each other, just like you, man.
I love it, man. Good luck. Take care.
Thanks, Evan.
If you want to see another awesome one-on-one I did with an entrepreneur just like you, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.